The BBC TV licence fee has once again become a major topic of discussion across the United Kingdom. A new public consultation has been launched as part of a broader review of how the BBC should be funded in the future. This debate is important because the licence fee has been the main way of funding the BBC for decades. The licence fee is a mandatory payment that households in the UK must make if they want to watch or record live television broadcasts or use the BBC streaming service, BBC iPlayer. The system was originally created to fund public broadcasting without relying on advertising or commercial subscriptions. However, changes in technology and viewing habits are now forcing the government and media experts to reconsider whether this model still works in the modern digital era. One of the biggest developments recently is the increase in the annual cost of the TV license. Starting from April 2026, the cost of a standard colour TV license will rise to £180 per year. This increase is linked to inflation under a funding agreement between the UK government and the BBC. The rise means households will pay around £5.50 more per year compared to the previous price. Although the increase may appear small, it comes at a time when many families in the UK are already facing higher living costs. Supporters of the licence fee argue that it provides stable funding for public service broadcasting. The BBC uses this money to produce news, documentaries, educational programmes, entertainment shows, and major national events. The funding also supports other broadcasters like the Welsh language channel S4C. Critics, however, believe the system is outdated. They argue that the licence fee was designed in a time when people mainly watched scheduled television broadcasts. Today, many viewers prefer streaming platforms and on-demand services instead. Because of this shift, some households now question why they should pay the same fee regardless of how much BBC content they actually watch. This debate is one of the key reasons the UK government has launched a public consultation as part of the BBC's Royal Charter review. The current charter runs until the end of 2027, and officials are examining different options for how the BBC could be funded in the future. Several possible alternatives are being discussed. One option is to reform the licence fee rather than remove it entirely. This could involve changing how the fee is calculated or offering different pricing levels for different groups. Another possibility is introducing subscription-style services for some BBC content, similar to streaming platforms. This would allow viewers to pay only for the content they choose to watch. Some policymakers have also suggested allowing advertising on certain BBC platforms. However, this idea is controversial because the BBC has traditionally been funded without commercial advertisements. Another challenge facing the licence fee system is declining compliance. In recent years, more households have stopped paying for a license or claimed they do not need one. This has resulted in significant financial losses for the broadcaster. Reports suggest the BBC may be losing hundreds of millions of pounds each year due to unpaid license fees. At the same time, competition in the media